Hey guys, this is Kawaii Life Antonio here, and well, I haven't really talked about NickMusic that much, so I might as well get to it. Oh boy, NickMusic. NickMusic is a channel that replaced MTV Hits back in 2016. Dang, that long? Wow, that is quite insane. But, the thing about NickMusic is that this is a channel that not a lot of people know about still exists. Yeah, this channel still exists to this day, and, I don't have NickMusic. I have Directv. NickMusic is not available on Directv. Just like the fact that Universal Kids is not on Dish Network. So, I guess that might explain it all. If a channel is not on at least one provider, then chances are that not a lot of people might not know it compared to those like Nicktoons, T-Nick, and Nick Jr. Man, oh man, NickMusic sure is a thing. The branding of NickMusic has that feel about, you get to see your favorite artists and your favorite musicians, and I guess that might be the thing about NickMusic itself to its specialty. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the rip paper thing. It kind of brings me to a classic MTV feel. But here's the thing. You think that NickMusic would have songs from Nickelodeon shows? Well, they do not. Yeah, NickMusic only has, songs from artists that come with a PG manner. And they don't have songs from Nickelodeon. Wow. I thought NickMusic would have SpongeBob songs. Hey Arnold songs, Rugrats songs, Loud House songs, songs from various Nicktoons, Fairly Odd Parents songs. But no, they're just from artists that go, I believe that are censored to justify with a PG rating, because Nickelodeon is a kids network, NickMusic is a kids music network. And I'm not sure if that's even that necessary, given how, Sirius XM and Music Choice, they have like these music channels for kids. Although I do have to say, I'll take NickMusic over MTV when it comes to their access. Well, for music, that is. And yeah, look, SpongeBob stuff. You get stuff from Harry Danger, stuff from that branding, that whole branding thing. It does feel quite odd about this channel still existing with this content, and for what they're doing, especially with these artists like Ariana Grande, especially that she was Cat Valentine from Victorious, and seeing all this is like, yeah, you want to see Nickelodeon shows having songs there? Too bad. Although, well, even though that whole thing about MTV, it's no longer about music. There are still some channels that still have music, like Nick Classic, that still exists despite having very low ratings. And NickMusic, I think, is on higher tier cable packages, just like Nicktoons and Teen Nick. Not a lot of people know about NickMusic that much for what they're doing. And NickMusic, of course, has songs. Of course it has songs. You know what's really odd? Teen Nick still has these songs, despite not having those top 10 things, as those moved to NickMusic for some reason during these commercial breaks. I was watching the Kids' Choice Awards, that Kids' Choice Awards event from earlier on this year, and they aired Teen Nick music there. They had music during commercial breaks, and that felt weird. I've also heard that they even aired during Nick Rewind, of all things. Why? Wouldn't it make sense if it was songs from classic Nick shows like Rocco, Doug, Rugrats, even though they did that, they also had these artist songs during these commercial breaks, which it just does not feel right. Also, does NickMusic even rebrand to the Martin Splot logo? I do know that the official YouTube channel of NickMusic, they have rebranded to the Martin Splot logo, but not really on the channel itself. If there's a continuity of NickMusic with the Martin Splot logo, comment down below, because I would really like to see that. And I might as well not forget how NickMusic also has its success worldwide, including Europe, Middle East, and Africa, all over the world. Man, oh man, they really like to expand NickMusic like that. Not sure if this is really official because it's Wikipedia, but it has been shown when it came to Australia and Europe and Africa and the Middle East. It is just insane for what they were doing on NickMusic to expand worldwide ever since 2017, given how 2016 NickMusic was launched, as that's replaced Nick Hits instead of MTV Hits. So, well, I guess that does make a little more sense for Nick Hits. I wonder what Nick Hits had. Probably the same thing as NickMusic as a possible rebrand, unless they actually had Nick Show songs there. The channel itself is quite interesting to say for the least. However, I'm not sure about how it is still going on even in modern cable standards. We are living in a new era where streaming is more prominent, even though I do not like streaming with its main flaw, and cord cutting is more known. It's more ordinary here and common. So I always gotta say, how is this channel still alive to this day? It's non-Directv, and I don't think it is doing pretty well in ratings either. However, I might as well show the schedule of NickMusic right about now. Alright, okay, so I'm on TV tonight on NickMusic, and let's see what they have. Yeah, they don't have shows or movies there. Not even shows that are music focused, just compilations of music videos. You start with Bumpin' Beats, Crushworthy, Mega Nick Mix, which I thought that would have Nick Show's songs in it, but nope. Just songs from artists, Pop Royalty, hashtag Pop Royalty, Bumpin' Beats, Crushworthy, Mega Nick Mix, Pop Royalty, Bumpin' Beats, Crushworthy. It's the same old thing over and over and over again. Man, oh man, I wonder if this keeps going. And it sure is. Wow. Same old stuff on Wednesday. Yep. Same old stuff. I wonder if the weekends are different. Weekend vibes stuck in our heads, videos we heart. I mean, at least there's something different, but it's just compilations. There's no shows or movies. I believe they used to have Teen Nick Top 10. That's probably it. That's it. That's all NickMusic has. It's just like an MTV Junior. Well, not really, because MTV, oh boy, did they phase out of music quickly. It's more of a, MTV Junior back then. Not nowadays, though. I do gotta say, NickMusic does have an interesting thing when it comes to their content, though it's just for those artists that lightly censored to justify with a PG rating. Overall, yep, that's NickMusic. It sure is a channel that still exists. I'm quite surprised that it still exists, despite the ratings not really being the best, and that's not even available on Directv. And they're usually focusing on these artists to have that kid appeal feel, with Nickelodeon characters just showing up out of nowhere just to feel, hey, we have that little pizzazz, and it has these behind the scenes, and it has, hey, what's your favorite Nickelodeon show? And many of them would probably say SpongeBob. But, yeah, and of course, it also has somewhat focus on the Kids' Choice Awards, too. I'm surprised that doesn't have a simulcast on NickMusic either. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on NickMusic? Do you think that the channel itself is, well, it's just music videos, not really anything special. I'm just very surprised that it is still going on to this day. Anyway, guys, this is Kawaii Life Antonio, signing off. Peace.